it's Natasha Lee here, aka your photo manager, and I'm diving into Project Life 2024 using Canva. I'm actually going to be reverse engineering my design today. It took me a while to come up with what I was going to do here. And basically, I've spent the last month putting together my Photo Books with Canva series on my YouTube channel. And that involved a lot of work in Canva, which I thought I'm going to dedicate this week to showing what I've done and putting it together. And I didn't take any other photos, so this is a perfect solution for me. Okay, so I'm going to add a blank page so that I can start and show you how I did this design. So I firstly go to elements and then grids, and I'm going to look for the grid that has 3 images in it, which would be this one. And I'm going to be sort of eyeballing that to the center and bringing that in. And then I'm going to be going to a previous page with my week and date, and I'm going to copy and return to the page that I'm designing and pasting, and it then puts it into the correct position. I'm going to delete that airplane, and then I'm going to be going to my projects, and I am already in the 2024 year folder that I have, and I'm going to be bringing in this element to the right position here, and then I'm going to use layer send backwards, which will just take it 1 layer behind, and then I'll delete week 3 on top. Okay, and then I also need to update the date, which is the 22nd to the 28th. Okay, great. Next, what I need is a background paper, and I wanted a background paper which looks like it comes from Canva. So I've put in Canva background, and I'm just going to grab this first pro background. Perfect. I'm going to be positioning this text up a bit. And I'm going to bring in the background paper, which I'm going to be using on the right hand side. So I drag that to take up the full space, and then create the same size board in between here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going back to my uploads, and my projects, and I'm going to be bringing in some of the various elements. So one of the things was an image I used in my newsletter this week. And then another image of my YouTube channel. And then at the bottom, I wanted to show, this was actually a jingle that I had created, and I used a company called Fiverr to create this for me, and I add that to the beginning of of my YouTube channel, which I was very, very happy with. It was very reasonable, and luckily, I got what I wanted from that company. Okay, in this case, I'm going to just position this above the computer here. I like to put in these little references so that I can know in the future what I used. Let me just move this computer down a little bit. I think I'll do that by enlarging the image. And then going back to here, I'm going to use the Edit Photo and Background Remover tool to take away the background, and oh my gosh, that is super quick, and how awesome does that look. And as I mentioned, this was a jingle, so I'm going to go to elements, and I'm going to just look for some music notes, and here you go, pick one of those. I'm going to pull that into the picture just so that I can show that I'm talking about a jingle here, and change it to white. And then I'm going to duplicate that and make that a little bit smaller on the left hand side. Okay, yeah, great. I'm really happy with that. And this is what my YouTube channel looks like. So I'd actually like to show that. So I'm going to look for a YouTube logo here, and that's pretty easy to find. I'm going to grab this first one, and I'm pulling that in here to show that this was a YouTube channel. And my album brand is called Nanuja, and I'm going to be bringing in my logo to the first little place up here. Sorry, I've lost my words a bit there, because this is being done as part of my my photo book brand as well. So I'm going to add Nanuja. Now jumping back to my projects, I'm going to be bringing in the elements that I made to go with the video. So the first one would be the thumbnail that I make each week for YouTube, and I'm going to be putting, that's the first one that I made, so I'll bring that in first. And then I'm actually going to just duplicate this so that I can have the blocks all be the same size. So I'm going to duplicate, duplicate, and duplicate. And then I'm going to just resize those so that they fit in here. Oops, I grabbed the background, no problem. I'll just pull that back. Here. Okay, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And then I'm going to be bringing in the various elements. So the next one would be this title little card here, and then this one, and then the coming next, which I put at the end of the YouTube video. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. And let's just move those in a little bit. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I did on the first page. Let me just quickly have a look. Yep. Perfect, I remembered it all. Okay, then the second page, what I did here was I actually showed my newsletters that got sent out, and I did something to show that on Facebook to tell people about my blogs, and then I decided to include something for my one little word project, which was a definition card on the left hand side and then some journaling on the right. So let me recreate that for you. How I did that was I went and grabbed the same background element that I had chosen earlier, and it's pretty simple because I had chosen the first one. So I'm going to fill the page with that image, and then the next element, if I go to my projects, was my blog posts. So I've pulled those into place. And my, those were my newsletter, and here's my blog post, and I can see that those two are the same height and that, which is perfect. And then I picked a journal card from Ali Edwards, which was Define, and I wanted to position that underneath. Perfect. And I used Focus, a definition, which I added to this card. I just positioned it above the card. Perfect. And then on the right hand side, I wanted a big white block for journaling. So I've gone to Elements, and I'm going to go to Shapes and click on a shape, and I'm going to go in and make it fill the size of this empty space. Perfect. And I would like it to have a white background. There you go. And for this, I'm going to be using the heading, which was one little word. So I'm going to pull that in here. And then, as I mentioned to you, most of my journaling that I do, I put that in the Notes app, and then I go and I copy and paste into the document. I find that the quickest thing for me. So I'm going to grab a text box and pull that into position here, and then I'm going to paste my text, and as you can see, that's obviously way too large for the space. I'm just going to resize the text like this. That's it. I think it can go a little bigger. I need to select it first and make that a little bigger, and I'm going to justify it to the right hand side. Perfect. I do want to focus on some of the words, so I'm going to highlight the word focus. I'm going to put that in bold and I'm going to make that red. And then I wanted to also highlight the name of the course that I wanted to create. So I'm going to do the same thing, bold, and make it red. And let me just see if I can't remember if I did anything else. Oh, I changed. Oh, I actually didn't make those red, but I actually prefer them red. So I'm going to leave it like that. And then I'm just going to highlight the fact that I put it on YouTube. I made material for YouTube, channel, blog, newsletter, and Facebook and Instagram. So I'm going to be bolding those and making them red too. And that's pretty much finished here. Oh, one more thing that I remember, I wanted to include some of the stats because I'm really aiming to try and grow my channel so that people who are wanting to learn how to use Canva are going to be able to watch. And so I'm going to add the number of subscribers that I have managed to get. I'm sitting on 80, I think, at the moment. And my first video got, I think it was 100 and, how much was it? I can't remember. 218 views. So I'm really happy with that. So it's 218 views. So, no, I like this one over here. Perfect. And I'm going to change that font to Ali's hand. And I'm going to put that in red. And then I'm going to position that on my card with my one little word focus, which is what I have been trying to do. And there you go.